Okay, so we definitely need to talk. You have just clicked on this video because your book's not selling, and I've already got a pretty good idea as to why. Your cover is likely to be the culprit, and I hate to say it, but readers do judge a book by its cover, especially over on Amazon. So how do I know so much about this? Because I have been there. I have now published over 100 books. Only around 40 of them are currently live, and I'm going to show you today some examples of my early work because honestly, I look back now and it is atrocious. So I have definitely learned the hard way. So today my aim is to save you some time, save you some design mistakes, and yeah, let's get into it. Go through the 5 biggest cover mistakes that could be keeping your sales at zero. And don't worry, I am not just going to call them out. I'm going to tell you exactly how you can fix them so your book is actually going to get clicked on. Okay, so first one is that your book looks homemade. Now, let's be honest, if your cover looks like it's slapped together in about 5 minutes, readers are going to assume that the content is essentially the same. Now, you don't have to be a pro designer, but you do need to have a professional looking cover. You can use tools like Canva, BookBolt. You can even hire a designer over on Fiverr and make sure that your cover actually fits your niche's aesthetic. Go through Amazon and definitely take notes on what is working. So what we're going to do, I'm just going to whiz over onto the computer and show you just a couple of examples here. So I'm going to show you first. This is one of my very first books that I actually put out there, and please don't laugh. So this book here was my very first cover that I put out there. And let's be honest, who is it really for? Okay, it looks quite pretty, but you'll notice this circle hoop is a bit off. I feel like it should have gone over a bit. I think it clicked in with Canva design because of the these little stems here that are coming out. But it doesn't look central. It's super dull. I don't know who it's for. I don't know what I was even thinking. I think I just designed a cover and I was like, oh yeah, that looks nice. Let's put it out there and see. I don't think I sold any of these, and is it really any kind of surprise? Another example that I've got here, and also another one of mine. Again, it's just completely off center. Now, had I done this one in BookBolt, it would have been a lot easier because it kind of adjusts the front and the back cover, whereas I think this one I did in Canva and I didn't really appreciate the guidelines and how to properly adjust them. But overall, I kind of copied a design that was out there. It's really dull, it's really boring. It definitely does not stand out as much as some others. Next up, if someone has got to squint to read your title, you've lost them. If you think about, most people are shopping on their phones. So your little thumbnail of your image is like it's so tiny. So what you need to do is make sure that your title is bold, clear, readable, even in a thumbnail size. Stick to simple but professional fonts and avoid overly decorative one. Remember, your title should pop even on the small phone screen. So, back over on the computer, firstly, I'm going to show you one that I think is really poor. So if you have a look here, and I'm really sorry if the author of this is just, I've been scrolling through Amazon, but this is a dinosaur colouring book. I'm assuming that it is made for children, but there are so many problems with this cover. Firstly, it's actually really dull compared to other books within its niche. But secondly, the font, even when I've got it big, this kind of scripted writing doesn't work. The blue blends into the red. This dinosaur doesn't stand out at all. And I just think, if that's what you're seeing, like, I have to zoom over that to read it. Okay, I haven't got my glasses on either, which probably doesn't help. But you see where I'm coming from. Whereas, let me show you something that is really clear. Okay, so we all know, we love Coco.io. Like, they pride themselves on these big, bold fonts. Like, how simple is that to kind of look at, read, understand? And it tells you exactly what it does on the tin. Super, super simple. Now, if your book isn't selling and you're not sure why, then let's fix it together. For a limited time, I am offering free 30-minute coaching calls. Usually these are priced at $50. So for the first 5 people only, it's going to be completely free. And what will you get? We are going to review your book together, and I'm going to give you an action plan to actually improve your sales. The spots are super limited, so click the link below to grab yours before they're gone. Mistake number 3, we are looking at the colours and they're just working against each other. Bright neon colours, dark tones that blend together. If your colours don't create contrast, your book is not going to stand out. So what I would do here is I would study the best selling books in your niche. What colours are common? What stands out? Use a colour palette that attracts your audience, but also make sure that your title and your images pop. Now, this can be as simple as adding in a drop shadow to your images. Now, again, so I just showed you that dinosaur book where, again, the writing, it just really blended. I'll just quickly come back to that one. The writing there is really blended with the red and the blue. But if I also show you this one here as another example. So you've got this bright pink with the yellow, but they're nice colours, but they're blending. It's not as stand out as I think the author probably wanted it to be. Also, the cat is quite frustratingly over to one side. Now, as I've said, I'm not judging because I've been there, I've done it, and I've got the t-shirt. And if I made a t-shirt in the early days, it probably looked like that as well. So I really can't judge. Now, if you're still following along, then please comment cover so I know that you're still with me and getting value from this video. Now, the next mistake is that your cover doesn't necessarily match your genre. And this one is huge. If it doesn't look as though it belongs in the genre, your readers are just going to scroll right past it. So all you need to do, again, really, really simple, go to Amazon, search for the best-selling books in your niche and notice the trends. So they use illustrations, photos, bright or muted colours. Your book needs to look as though it belongs next to these whilst still standing out. So again, I thought this was really interesting actually, and let me know what you think of this down in the comments, because this book is actually really nice. I think it's really cute. It has definitely sold some copies. So let me go to the BSR. So 307,000 in books. So it is definitely selling copies, but it isn't selling as many as some of the other books within its niche. So they've got all their A+ content and everything, which is absolutely brilliant. But this has got the Coco Wyo trend all over it, okay? So we've kind of gone for that. They've got even bold and easy in there. Big and simple colouring pages. So let me show you what the usual kind of market is. So this is kind of more typical, kind of the dark, almost grungy with the bold tattooed letters. So it's kind of looking more along the lines of those gothic tattoo lettering. Again, that's kind of an example I would suggest of the poor title, because that's quite hard to read. Another tattoo one, but you can see how they're all kind of quite dark, quite gothic, quite grungy. That one's good. Again, they're all kind of quite similar. So it's just really interesting, like how they can really, really differ. And then finally, you have completely ignored the first impression rule. So what exactly does that mean? That means when someone lands in your book, you have literally a split second to convince them to click rather than them just keep scrolling. So a bad cover is already a lost sale. So before you even publish your book, show your cover to someone who isn't emotionally attached to it. Ask them, would you buy this? And listen to their actual honest feedback. If multiple people are saying it's not appealing, then change it. It's so simple. So again, I've just picked out another cover which I didn't think was very appealing. So this is You've Got This. It's a weight loss journal for women. It doesn't stand out as other weight loss journals do. I found, yeah, the writing and the font's nice. This bit I liked, but this in comparison is just so dull. Again, I felt like this part here was a bit mis-centered as well. BSR, so they're over 2 million. So they've definitely sold 1 or 2 copies. But again, it's not getting sales. So again, if we just go out and kind of see what is actually selling. So you've got like this one here is quite simple. It's just showing you what's inside. I've seen quite a few of these. I scrolled through quite a few pages to find this one. Again, I'm so sorry if any of these books are yours. I hope that my feedback will really help you. The fitness journals that seem to be doing really well are really simple in design. They're kind of literally the gym log, better health, workout tracker. Occasionally they're showing like the pages that are inside, so you know exactly what you're getting. Now, if you are feeling stuck and you need personalised help, do not wait. My free 30-minute coaching calls, usually $50, are still available for the first 5 people who book. We'll go through your book together, we'll create a game plan, and we will start getting you some sales. So click the link down in the description, use my Calendly, and off you go. Okay, so now you know what not to do. I want to hear from you. Which mistake do you think you've been making? And drop me a comment below and let's chat. Let's, just brainstorm this together. So if this was helpful, please do not forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell for more KDP tips. I cannot wait to see you all in the next one. See you next time. Bye.